Hi everybody, Melissa Blen, founder of Epic Love, cultivating self-love, freedom, and purpose all around your mental and your physical well-being. This week's blog topic is all around you have to heal it in order to feel it. And the reason why I chose this as a blog topic is because I have recently went through a really ceremonial physical experience in order to get back in touch with my physical body. And interesting enough, for the longest time, I thought I was really associated with my heart, but come to find out through some of my own personal experiences, I actually realized that over the years, my logic part of my brain has overtaken this part of my body, especially right here. And the reason why I want to talk about you have to feel it in order to heal it is because someone recently shared with me, until you actually experience something, it's physically impossible in order for you to embody it. And that individual was right. And at the time when that statement was said to me, my logic brain wrapped my head around it and was like, oh, that's, like I can think my way through it. I can, drop into a deep meditation and I can feel it and do all of that. But the reality of it is, one of the most important processes of healing is giving ourselves the permission to feel it and literally run through us and move through it and actually get on the other side of it. So recently, last Friday, I made the decision to sit in a ceremony called Kambo. And this is a ceremony that is with an indigenous frog, and it's been around for hundreds of years. And it's the toad, and it's classified one of the most strongest antiviral, antibacterial medicines known in the world. And the reason why I made the choice to sit with this medicine was to literally purge some emotions that I have had stifled down for many years. And my logic brain always associated, yeah, I got over that, yeah, I moved through it. But the reality of it is, I started having some physical symptoms in my body that was telling me that, no, you actually are not over this. And one of them is I was having, more often than not, pain in my liver and my gallbladder. Well, liver and the gallbladder is the meridian of anger, resentment, and a lot of heavier emotions. And interesting enough, when I would have those bouts, I would be in hunched over pain, trying to figure it out. Was it something that I ate? Like overanalyzing everything in my external, when the reality of it is, it was emotions that had been suppressed for many years. And it was an individual that I was spending a lot of time with that was just mirroring to me emotions that I had not actually really sat with. And I call this the shadow part of myself. And so I decided to sit with these shadow aspects of myself and really take a look at those with grace, forgiveness, and kindness, but also really realizing that I never actually really felt those emotions in order to heal those emotions. And so when this opportunity presented itself to sit in ceremony with Kambo, I first was against it because it's not a comfortable thing. You literally you are burned on a specific part of your body, and you go in with an intention. And my intention was to release control, release anger, release sadness, and most importantly, release my inability to trust men. And for so many years, when I talk about my logic brain taking over, my logic brain took over for many years due to the trauma that I incurred as a little girl. And fast forward to an adult, I'm hyper independent. I've been in business and running multiple companies for many years. But all along, it's blocked, energetically has blocked what my heart has always wanted. And my heart has always wanted to lean more in my divine feminine in order to be more free-flowing and more connected to my heart and my body, to co-create a sacred union and a family of my own someday, and relinquish the inability to trust a man. And so when I sat with Kambo on Friday, that was my intention, and it was really around trusting men, and really knowing that I have the capacity to not only trust myself to make the best decision for myself, but also know that I can trust men again, and I can soften, and I can communicate more kindly and with more love and more compassion, and more importantly, sit and hold space for the masculine when they're struggling, versus criticizing them, versus judging them, versus shaming them. Because truth be told, there are a lot of women out there that we do that. And the reality of it is that is only putting fuel on the fire to the wounded masculine energy that's out there. And so when I sat in ceremony on Friday, it's with an indigenous frog called Kambo, as I mentioned. It is a poison, and when the medicine, I like to call it medicine, not poison, when the burn marks are administered, the poison is placed on each burn mark, and you are required to sit up and hold a bucket. And there's obviously protocols nutritionally and things that you need to do leading up to it. And as the medicine goes in you, you hold a bucket, and everybody's different. Within literally probably 2 minutes, I could feel the medicine surge through my body, and it scans your body and where it wants to heal. And it first went to my lower spine, and then it traveled up my spine, and it literally wrapped around my abdominal, and I have goosebumps talking about it. And it went to my liver and my gallbladder, and I could feel it just death grip right around and squeezed really, really hard. And I remember saying, oh my God, what am I doing? And then I started to purge, and I started to vomit. And the vomiting dissipated, and it comes in waves. And for me, the medicine was on for 20 minutes. And after my first wave, I dropped back into my intention, and I started to cry. And I started to say over and over again, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. And as I was crying, I saw all the men that came before me that unconsciously, brought their wounds upon me unconsciously. And I looked at all of them, from my grandfather to my own father to my stepfather to the men that I've judged or shamed or have been hard on and mean to. And, my last relationship, I looked at him and I called him in, and then I also called in myself. And as I saw myself sitting in front of me, and I looked at her, and I apologized and kept saying, I'm sorry for being so hard on you and so hard on the masculine, and also sorry for not even knowing. Again, you guys, we operate majority from the unconscious part of our brain, and I've been doing that for so many years and really struggled to drop into this part of my body because I had disassociated from so much pain. And it was, again, the physical pain that I was having started to be more often than not that my body was saying, hey, pay attention. I used to use alcohol as a numbing mechanism. And I remember in many relationships, we would just drink all the time, and it was a thing to do. But little did I know that drinking was just a way of suppressing my emotions and my feelings and numbing them down. And I'm grateful to say that I don't even drink hardly ever anymore. It's very rare, and if I do, it's on special occasions. But it's not into excess. It's not to numb, not to shove down, because I know that that's only does my body even more harm. So after the second wave of the medicine running through me and literally squeezing me right here, I had the largest purge again, and this time it was like bile, dark yellow, and it was a lot of it. And I went through another purge, and so I went through a total of 3 purges in the 20 minutes, and tears were flowing, and I was just moving around and moving the energy. And the individual that administered the medicine said to me, are you done? And has it moved through you? And I opened my eyes and I said, I get it. I'm done. I get it. And when he took the medicine off, I remember just sitting there, like being more embodied in my body than I had been in years. And I have goosebumps even saying it. I felt so viscerally all over my body. And I just kept saying to him, that person was right. Like, I had to feel it in order to embody it. Like, if I wanted to embody more of the divine feminine, I had to feel my wounded masculine. I had to lean in that place in order to feel that part. And here I am today. I am still integrating and still doing my practices to integrate the divine feminine and really acknowledge the wounded masculine that served me for a long period of time, but that part of me is ready to be let go of. And I let a big part of that go in ceremony. Now I have chosen to sit in ceremony again this upcoming Friday. I do have a couple of other layers intentionally I want to release. But I will tell you that in order for you to truly heal it, you got to feel it. Whether you're a male or you're a female, We have this beautiful body for a reason. There's so much medicine when we drop out of here and really in here and in here. The answers reside in there. And the truth of the matter is, no amount of alcohol, no amount of food, no amount of sex, no amount of external stimulation is going to truthfully drop you into your body and give you the divine answers that you're seeking outside of yourself. You've got to give yourself permission to feel every ounce of it in order to acknowledge it and own it and forgive yourself. And so that was my first experience with Kambo, and I'm super glad that I was able to share it with you today. And my last wisdom of nugget is I'm really looking forward into leaning more into this place that has been calling me for many, many years. But I truly believe and I feel more authentically in myself than I have in many, many years. And I have so many amazing people around me to thank. And one of them specifically is by the name of Sean. I want to thank you for being the beautiful mirror in my life to show me all of the places that I chose not to feel in order to heal. Melissa Blend with Epic Love, cultivating self-love, freedom, and purpose around your mind and your body and your soul. Have a good week.